This is the bear walk, and we start in what we call the A-frame with our butt up into the air, placing one hand forward, and then we bring the opposite forward. So we'll continue with this pattern just for a little ways. And the key point here is to make sure that you're driving your butt up into the air as high as possible. This is going to help strengthen your arms to get us prepped and ready for the upcoming movements. The bent arm bear is very similar to the standard bear. However, we're going to bend our arms, obviously. Key point here is to try and bring your shoulders as far forward as possible. In the beginning, you might not be able to go that low, but really the important thing is to make sure that you're loading the front of your body rather than sitting back. We'll now take a look at a pressing movement on the ground. So we're going to start on our A-frame. We're going to bend our arms and bring our head down to the ground. And at the very beginning, you might notice that my elbows are going back towards my toes. As you get better, you can step forward, placing more pressure onto the front of your body and actually getting your shoulders past your fingers. This is really going to load this structure. And when you're working on this, make sure that you keep your elbow pits facing the front, so you're pulling your elbows back. If you want to make it more difficult, feel free to bend one leg. Focus on pushing straight back up into the air. We can next place our knees on an object that's elevated. What this is going to do is increase the intensity of this particular movement. And as well, you can pull your heels close to your butt. Same principles apply. Make sure that you're keeping your elbows in and that you're pushing straight back into the air as much as possible when performing this movement. Once you've graduated from having your knees on that object, you can then go ahead and take your knees off and only use your feet. This is obviously going to load the structure even more. And as you're doing this, all principles still apply. For everything we're doing here with the handstand push-ups, you always want to keep your elbows in and always focus on exhaling as you push straight back up into the air. The final object we can use is a wall or a structure that's going to allow us to get our feet high up into a handstand type position. Now notice here that I actually start with my legs bent, and as I lower myself to the ground, I lock my legs out. The reason for this is it allows me to keep my feet in place and focus on the pressing portion of the movement rather than sliding my feet up and down the structure or wall. Here's another video that I think you'll like. Check it out and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already.